What's going on, Omnibuddies? Mitch here, and today we are back with another Omnibuddy overview. What are we looking at? We are looking at the next episodes of Rick and Morty in print form. We are looking at the deluxe double feature, Rick and Morty Go to Hell and Ever After. Okay, so this book comes to us from a whole host of creators, multiple authors, multiple artists, all that stuff published by Oni. And you know what? It's not really worth talking too much about it right here and staring at my face. Let's stare at the art. All right, so this is the Rick and Morty Deluxe Double Feature Volume 1. This contains Rick and Morty Go to Hell and Rick and Morty Ever After. It is a great size. I'll bring out 8 billion genies here so you can see that it is actually bigger than the regular oversized hardcovers. It is basically a library edition for size and scale, so you can kind of see it is not only taller, but it is also wider. Anyways, let's get into it. So this is the front. It's got that nice spot gloss on the bottom there and on the Rick and Morty logo. Here is the spine. Got a little Oni spot gloss, volume 1, spot gloss, and then, well, the whole thing's spot. There we go. And then the back, you have the family just going nuts, and a little gloss on there too. This does retail for $59.99 USD. All right, let's crack this thing open. So first things first, sadly, no end paper art, which is always sad, but you know what? It's always just a bonus in my mind if it is there. So we have going into it first thing, we have the first half of the book, I believe it's issues 1 through 5, is Rick and Morty Go to Hell. And then there is 4 issues, 1 through 4 of Ever After contained in this volume 1. Go to Hell is written by Ryan Ferrari? Wow, okay. And then illustrated by Constanza Oroza, colored by Sarah Stern. And then Ever After is written by Sam Maggs, illustrated by Sarah Stern and Emmett Hobbs, and then colored by Sarah Stern also too. So, and lettered by Crank on both of them. Love it. All right, so we are jumping straight into things. Again, this is published by Oni Press, so we got some great cover art. And so if you love, here, let me adjust my lights here real quick because getting a little glare on there. There we go. That's a little better. So if you love Rick and Morty, this is really, that's what you are getting, is you're getting 2 full episodes that are just in print form versus animated. So I will say that, like, the art, especially for Rick and Morty Go to Hell, is right there. It looks just like the animation that you're seeing in the show. The attitudes and the writing in this, the personalities and the dialogue is all perfectly, absolutely perfectly. In both issues, or in both series, Go to Hell and Ever After is absolutely on par with the show. I think that the art in Go to Hell is a little bit, I mean, it's hard to say that, like, well, the art in this fits the show better, because in Ever After, it's very much a whimsical fairy tale Ever After way of looking at things. So it's, you know, this, I always enjoy when they stick with the art in the show, and I know that the show sometimes does crazy things too. It's not always my favorite when they jump art styles in the show, but this is basically Rick, Morty, the whole family end up in hell, and they are dealing with the demons, and the demons are ridiculous, and it's got this whole ridiculous system set up, and obviously Rick does not believe that he has died and gone to hell, because, you know, hell is just a, you know, something for people that aren't, aren't as smart as him would believe in. So he thinks he is in a alternate dimension or different planet that is, thematically the same as what people perceive hell to be. And they're meeting tons of people there, and demons, and just all kinds of crazy there. And so the family gets separated. Rick and Morty go on an adventure, and Summer, Jerry, Mom all stay together, and they have their separate adventures. So this kind of jumps back and forth between Rick and Morty's adventure and the other side of the family's adventure. They're basically in, the worst hell of all, the DMV at one point, and they're trying to figure out how to get through this, and are dealing with how to get out of hell, or work their way through this, because Rick doesn't believe he's in hell, and they're watching their lives, and so they got to go through all these trials. Meanwhile, Jerry is getting in his family into more trouble, and just being a Jerry, as it were. Very, there's all kinds of crazy characters in here, with the son talking to them and just being a total jerk. And then, I'm Skeleton Rick, so he's always got he's whatever Rick is going on and working their way through it. Really, I was very surprised. I didn't think that this show would work so well as a comic, but it very much does. And it reads, especially the writing in this reads just like the show. And, you get Meeseeks in here popping up, and all kinds of fun stuff and side stuff happening with the demons, and, work hours and unions and all kinds of craziness. And, they are trying to work their way to the big guy, the devil, the Satan, Lucifer, all that. I won't get too much into how that ends, because, that's a spoiler. But it is a very fun ride in all that takes place in that. Very cool. Very well done. And then at the end, you have some nice cover art gallery for everything for Rick and Morty Go to Hell. Nice double splash. I'll say that it is really nice. This art definitely takes up the full size of the paper. It's not, I didn't notice any crazy things from it being blown up or distorted or anything like that. They did a really nice job with it. I've read through this once. I've taken pictures of it once. So you get a real nice eye hole in there. And held together really nice. Oni does some really nice binds. You can see the string in there from where it is sewn binding, but that's not a bad thing to see the string in there in case you're ever worried about that. If the page signatures start to get loose, that's when you need to start worrying. But seeing the actual signatures in there, not a bad thing. That just means that you're not getting any gutter loss, and the book just opens up flat. So don't worry about that. And so this book has a really nice bind. Then it jumps into Ever After, and this is 4 issues or 4 chapters where Rick and Morty end up on another adventure, some nice shake weight gimmicks, end up on another adventure in a fairy tale, and things go wrong and they're separated and need to find each other, and other characters from the show kind of make appearances, and are they who they appear to be or are they not? And lots of good, actually some interesting mystery in this, and decent reveals. This is the one where the art style wasn't totally my style, but it definitely has that fairy tale feel to it. So they are going with, the whole shtick of the fairy tale storyline. So I can't fault them for the art style, because it fits the narrative really well. And so you can't, if it fits the narrative well, then what do you got to complain about, really? Other than it might just not be your preferred style, which it's not mine, but it is still really well done. Great colors in here. The second half, Ever After, uses that full layout. Got really nice paneling in there and some really interesting stuff going on. Again, really good writing, can fit right into it. As soon as you're reading it, you just hear the voices in your head. If you know the show, you just hear the voices the whole time, and you can picture them, you can hear them saying it exactly how they would in the show. That's why I say this is just exactly like more episodes of Rick and Morty. If you're looking for it, definitely pick it up. But here is cover art gallery for some really great cover art gallery for Ever After. Love these ones. There's some really good ones in here. And then there's just so about the creators in there, and then a little bit more it's time for Rick to roll. So they got the Dungeons and Dragons board game ad in there, which now I really kind of want to try out, but I don't know when I would have time to do that. And then you got more Rick and Morty coming up too, and then yeah, more books from Oni, and that is it. So definitely a really nicely bound book, really well produced, and some really great extra Rick and Morty content for you. All right, so as a pretty big Rick and Morty fan, I mean, I don't get super into all the crazy fan theories or headcanons or anything like that, but I do really enjoy the show, and by which I really enjoyed the comic. This is my first Rick and Morty comic. I know that there are a bunch out there, but this one was just dropping, and I figure why not jump on board here. And you know what? It was a perfect place to do that. I love the double feature, super fun. I mean, it was really Rick and Morty in print form. It worked beautifully. It was really funny. It was great, really witty, had, great commentary and great banter back and forth between Rick and Morty and Jerry and Summer and just the whole family. So absolutely loved it. Really fun adventure. I know that there's another deluxe double feature coming out soon, so I'm definitely going to pick that up because I want more Rick and Morty way faster than what they're giving me on Adult Swim. So if you're looking for it, make sure to hit up Organic Price Books, use code Omnibuddy, support my channel, save yourself $2 off every order. Or if you are ordering 3 or more books at the same time, I would not recommend doing it with pre-ordering unless they're all coming out at the same time really soon, and you know that. Because if you use code Omnibuddy, ship it together, all one word, and you order 3 or more books, you can get them all shipped together and save 5% off your entire order. Great way of doing that. Maybe you want to grab some more Rick and Morty than just the double feature or something like that. Grab a couple other books. Great way to do it. Supporting a great business, OPB, supporting my channel. Very much appreciate that. But yeah, pick it up in any way you can. If you are a fan of Rick and Morty, definitely check this out. I really need to, speaking of animations, animation cartoon shows brought to print and comics, I really need to check out the Futurama Simpsons crossover event. I keep seeing it pop up in my feed. I've been watching it forever. I just need to pull the trigger on it. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think. If there is a animation cartoon that you have seen that is great and has been brought to print form like this, like Futurama crossover with Simpsons and all that, if there's something that I've missed that you think I might like, or all of us watching might like, let us know in the comments what your favorite tune to comics comic is in the comments. Let us know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification, do all those things. But again, if you're gonna only do one, well, I guess hit the bell or hit the like, because that helps the algorithm, but comment. I love talking with y'all. It doesn't just help the algorithm, but it is so great talking with y'all. You're gonna be very hard pressed to find any comment out there on any of my networks that I have not responded to, unless I absolutely forgot because I got too busy. But even then, I go way back, and you might see me, you make a comment, and 3 weeks later, all of a sudden I'm commenting on it because I'm finally getting around to it. But I love talking with you all. All right, that's it. I'll let you go. Take care. Stay cool.